Bleacher Report, where you currently work, is part of the Turner umbrella.
That's correct.
And so leading up to sort of the end of June, beginning of July, where, we had some unfortunate incidents where, innocent people fell victim to police brutality and systemic racism, and it sort of shut the world down. And this isn't something new, obviously, something that has happened. And it was just another event, another something else to remember. And this time, maybe we saw a lot more people react and either voice their concern and need for change, their support for the people who were protesting. And Bleacher Report decided to sort of shut things down because they didn't want to continue to carry on as business as usual. And one of the things I'm referring to, obviously, is you have your hoodie happy hour, which was a staple, something that it was like can't miss TV. They knew that Monday to Thursday it was going to be Cabbie, Friday was going to be Varun, and everyone was sort of waiting. And you guys, as a company, decided to step back, shut things down just a little bit, and allow things to resonate, allow things to sort of take its course, and have now come up with, I believe, is a new campaign to help support the movement of change. Can you talk a little bit about what Bleacher Report is doing when it comes to social reform, social justice?
It's using its platform to be an ally in the struggle. And I haven't worked for a company that's acted like that before. It acts like a human, not a brand.
Right.
And I know there are obviously hundreds of people behind the brand, but as far as the leadership goes, like there were a bunch of internal meetings where people were listening to the executive level, listening to people of color. Like it was a time where, white executives and people on the leadership team, they just stood back and they listened. And it was pretty amazing to see. And it made a choice. So it turned like, we want to be allies in the struggle. So they are, and around the time that, unfortunately, Mr. George Floyd was murdered and Breonna Taylor was murdered, the Bleacher was trying to elevate and amplify the voices of people in the community and people who have sort of the biggest platforms and who are using their platforms, I believe, in the right way. And they're on the side of history, like a lot of the athletes and the entertainers, right. Specifically the athletes. I mean, it's unfortunate that we always look to them to try to solve our problems, but they understand that they have a big voice in trying to solve some of these problems. And it's not going to be solved overnight. We're talking about sweeping changes that will take decades and generations to break apart the system where there are inequities in the way that some people are treated and some people have privilege. So it was inspiring to see that Bleacher was, on the side of the people and listening. Right. Whereas a lot of, and some companies they put out kind of safe and benign messages. We're against racial injustice. And I don't think anybody came out as hard against anti-racism than Ben and Jerry's ice cream. Like that brand, they were like, it was incredible what that brand put out. I think it was like 4 or 5 pages on a tweet or an Instagram post, but I was like, I am with this. I'm buying this ice cream. And I don't really eat ice cream that much, but Ben and Jerry's is getting my money. But like, it was an important time for allies, important time to listen, and it's an important time to stand with people that, together, there's strength in numbers and things. And in those numbers, with enough pressure on senators, legislators, mayors, that substantive change can be made. And I'm optimistic that sweeping changes with police unions and accountability and punishable, some of these crimes will be punished by actual jail time. I believe I'm optimistic that that'll happen.